Okay, now that we have defined a double integral to find the volume between a surface and a rectangular region R on the xy plane, we're going to think about how we might evaluate these integrals. So, we saw in our first video for this chapter that the double integral over a rectangular region for f of x, y, dA gives us the volume, and we can write this as the integral from a to b, integral from c to d, f of xy, and our area element or area differential dA can be written as dy dx. And this is for a region where x ranges from a to b and y ranges from c to d. So in this order, we're going to think about evaluating using a method of slicing. So let me explain what that is, and this is just a way for us to think about how we might calculate double integrals. So in the diagram, in the applet below, we have a surface, f of xy, and you can see in this surface that there is a slice where x has been held constant along the green axis. So you can see the little green axis, we're holding x constant, and we found the area of that slice, the green slice. Now, then once we found that area, we're holding x constant, we are going to create the solid by then letting that area vary over our x-axis. So let's see what happens, and then we'll summarize what we observed. So here we're creating the solid, and you can see those slices making their way through our x-axis, through the interval along the x-axis to create our solid. And each slice was formed by holding x constant first and finding area of a plane parallel to the yz plane. And then we let x vary and add up the areas of all of those slices. All right, so let's see how we might summarize what we just saw and then put it into practice. Okay, so our region, once again, I'm going to define it here. Our region on the xy plane consists of the points xy such that a is less than or equal to x less than or equal to b, and c is less than or equal to y less than or equal to d. And so for now, I'm going to put the integral from a to b in green and the dx that corresponds to it out here, and we're going to focus on the meaning of the inside. So let me use a different color for that. I'll use pink. All right, so our integral from c to d of f of xy dy, just this piece right here, is obtained by holding x constant. So hold x fixed and find the area of the slice, right? This is a one variable, a single variable integral. It's going to give us area of the slice. And this slice will be parallel to the yz plane because we've held x constant. Then, once we've done that, I'm going to keep the AB on the outside. And here we have, in parentheses, C to D, where where this integral here represents the area of one slice. And this is dx. So once again, this is area of one slice. And on the outside, we are going to let that slice vary. We're going to let x vary to add up the areas of all of those slices as we saw in the applet. So the outside here, on the outside, we are going to be adding up areas of slices from A to B. And when we do that, we obtain the volume. and this x equals a to x equals b. And that will give us the volume of the solid. So this is how we're going to put this into practice. You might have already realized that it won't matter the order in which we slice. So sometimes it might be easier to hold y fixed and find the integral with respect to x first, obtain that area, and then add all up as y varies. Or sometimes it might be easier to hold x fixed. And so we have a theorem that tells us, it doesn't matter which way we do it, we're going to get the same value for the volume. And that's called Fubini's theorem for rectangular regions. So this is Fubini's theorem that tells us the following. Let's suppose we have a continuous function, so let f be a continuous function. On the rectangular region that we're interested in, where R consists of the points such that x is between a and b and y is between c and d. Then we have the following. The double integral of our region, over our region of f of xy dA, where that represents our little area element, change in x, change in y, equals to the integral from a to b, and then the integral from c to d of f of xy dy dx, which is also equal to the integral from c to d, integral from a to b of f of xy dx dy. And this is just saying it doesn't matter what you hold fixed first, because you're going to get the same volume. One thing that I'm going to point out once again is, remember that here our limits of integration from c to d correspond to our first variable of integration, y. Here, our limits of integration a to b correspond to our first variable of integration, x. And so we have found a way to evaluate double integrals using a slicing method, and we have also established that order does not matter. It doesn't matter whether we hold x fixed first or y fixed first and add up those areas of the slices.